My Good morning. My name is Agnes James. I am from fourth student at Shilela Secondary School.
Good morning. My name is Grace Diapet. I am from first at Shilela Secondary School.
Good morning. My name is Mema Sai. I am from fourth student at Shilela Secondary School.
We are going to conduct experiments about diffusion. Our experiment today is concerning diffusion. Requirements: 2 beakers labeled A and B, potassium permanganate crystal, water, spatula, thermometers. Procedure: fill 1 beaker with water and leave it for some time so that the water settles completely. Use a spatula, drop a crystal of potassium permanganate into the beaker of water. Repeat the experiment by using water at 90 degrees and note your observation difference. As my fellow is going to conduct the experiment as follows. Procedure number 1. Fill 1 beaker with water and leave it for some time so that the water settles completely.
So one of the beakers you say is going to be filled with water.
Procedure number 2. Using a spatula, drop a crystal of potassium permanganate into the beaker of water. Procedure number 3. Repeat the experiment about using water 90 degrees Celsius in note your observation and difference.
So we are going to use the thermometer in order to take water of 90 centigrade degrees. As you can see here from this is hot water. Since the water is 90 degrees centigrade, then the scope of potassium permanganate is going to be indicated inside this hot water.
Okay. Note your observation and difference. My fellow student is going to explain about the observation and difference between these two solutions.
As we can see, this is beaker A, which is just a room temperature water, and this is a beaker in which we had the 90 degrees centigrade Celsius of water. The observation that is seen, we see that the potassium permanganate molecules are moved away from its crystals. That means it moves away from these crystals that are seen here. That's why you see on the lower bottom of the beaker there is crystals of potassium manganate. In final, get evenly throughout the beaker. As you can see, the purple color, this symbolizes that it is potassium permanganate throughout the 2 beakers. Also, the purple color, as you observe in this beaker A, the purple color moves slowly compared to this. This is thick purple, but this is just a light one, and it's continue to move from the bottom of the beaker going upward. Also, we see that at this 90 degrees Celsius water, the color has spread evenly throughout the bottle, and it is a thick purple color. Also, when we talk of the difference, we see that the spread of potassium permanganate from beaker A and beaker 2 is different, because this beaker, it has taken a long time until the potassium permanganate is spread over the whole beaker, but this side is seen very shortly, and we have got the thick purple color throughout the beaker on at short time. Okay, then we are going to deal with questions. What was the aim of experiment?
The aim of experiment in our experiment is to determine the effect of diffusion in water molecules.
As you say, the aim of experiment is to determine the effect of temperature on diffusion.
Question number B states the factors affecting the diffusion that is being investigated.
This diffusion is a process that is being affected by various or a large number of factors. But according to this experiment, we see that the factor that has affected diffusion is temperature, because there are other factors like concentration and surface area, but this experiment specifically was to determine the effect of temperature on diffusion. So the factors that affect diffusion that has been investigated is temperature.
Okay. We are moving on question number C. Explain how the factor you have stated in 2 above affects the physiology process.
So the factor is temperature, as we said in the above. But how has it affected? The question needs us to find what's the effect of temperature on diffusion. Temperature increases the rate of or it increases kinetics of the molecules, hence causes high rate of diffusion. As you can see in this beaker, the diffusion took place very highly compared to this, because the kinetic energy of the molecule has been increased, and thus it has taken a short time. So the rate of diffusion increased as the temperature increased.
question, mention any two importance of diffusion in nature.
It means that we have to mention what is significance of diffusion in nature, in our environment. What is its significance? So diffusion plays a big role even in our own body, even in our own environment. For example, if in order for a fetus to get the food from her or his mother's womb, diffusion is taking place, and sometimes it helps to excrete the waste from the blood, from the mother's womb out to her blood. Also, diffusion is important because it helps some organisms like algae and amoeba to get nutrients and salt.